What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 46 of Freezer to Fallout, our adventures through the post-apocalyptic Boston wasteland. So for the last couple of weeks, we've been trying to build up our settlements to get ready to take on the Brotherhood of Steel, and we're still going to be doing that this time. I took a minor detour while we were off camera to upgrade a couple of our weapons, most notably our very cool plasma rifle, and in the short term we got ambushed by gunners here at Sanctuary. So what we're going to end up doing this time is we're going to talk to Preston, because we have a couple of quests to turn in with him, and then we're going to see if he can give us some more settlements to gather, and hopefully some more places to go scrounge for resources, because we're still needing a lot to set up beacons, and, of course, artillery. So if we just quickly go back into our map, and hit up our supply lines, these are all the places that we've built up thus far. So Starlight Drive-In, Abernathy Farm, Red Rocket Truck Stop, Sanctuary, the castle, and Vault 88. Now Vault 88 can't have any artillery to help us out, so we'll have to pick some others. So if we end up going back to the Mechanist Lair, we can expand to a couple other places here. Tappington Boathouse, Green Top, Finch Farm, County Crossing. That'll give us good artillery coverage over this area. We could also go and set up the Kingsport Lighthouse, Croup Manor, and Nordhagen Beach. I think we're going to focus in this area to get set up. We only need 9, I believe, places that have artillery. We have 5 now, so we need 4 more to be set up. But we also need a fair amount of resources, and there's lots of places that we still haven't completely gone into yet. So we'll probably do a little bit of exploring while we're doing that. However, now I'm going to jump into first-person view here. We're going to talk to Preston before we head out and see if we can pick up another settlement that needs our help, possibly get more Minutemen on our team. I always forget which side I put the doors on these things. It's a little embarrassing, but it happens. And Preston, stop being lazy. I know we just had
those raiders a lesson. They won't be attacking another settlement again.
I know we just got into a firefight, but did you really need to nap right afterwards? It's probably really early in the morning.
That's good. I hope I live to see the day when people aren't always worried about the next raider attack. You know what I'm gonna say next. Another trouble spot. If they're worried, the Supermutants will come back in force. You gotta get over there before it's too late.
Anything else need doing?
I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.
Alright, so defend 10 Pines Bluff, and we completed Out of the Fire, which is a little bit more. We're definitely going to travel to 10 Pines Bluff and help that out. But one of the minor things is we gained another level. Now, we were looking at a lot of these as to what we could do with them, and I think we're going to start putting some points into strength. Inspirational would help, but we've got pretty much all we need to build incredibly good settlements. Cap Collector would definitely help, but it's not a necessity right now. Bloody Mess would be okay, but I don't really like the 4th rank. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop a point into our strength, which will increase our carrying capacity slightly. Go to our inventory. We were at 240. We're now at 250. It's only 10 pounds of extra weight, but it does help out. So let's head on over to 10 Pines. Alright, so let's see what they need.
At least the pay is terrible.
Excuse me.
I hope you're here to help.
They're here to help.
Right. What's the trouble here?
Supermutants came through a few days ago. Only a few of them. But they did a lot of damage before we managed to drive them off. It was only a miracle that nobody got killed. But I'm afraid they'll be back. With reinforcements this time. We barely held them off the first time. We'd appreciate anything you can do to help us defend ourselves.
Alright, so we need to build some defenses here. And it looks like the Brotherhood's fighting someone down the hill. We'll leave them to it. Now, this place is not connected to our supply lines, so I doubt we're going to have much in the way of actual materials to build with, which does suck. If we build some traps, maybe. We don't have any screws or wood. But the enemy will be along soon enough, so I guess we're going to look at what the Brotherhood's fighting. We'll be taking you guys on shortly, and then we'll get another cool little tool in our toolbox. And as you guys can tell, I upgraded our rifle here to have a better scope for what we use it for. I swear I saw some shots coming down from this bridge. I did. It's probably a waste of our Gauss ammo, but if we can destroy a sentry bot for experience from here, then that helps us out immensely. So we should be expecting Supermutants any time now. I don't think there's really anything around here that we can scrap so much to give us all that we're going to need. It's the only problem with some of these defense missions when they're at settlements that aren't connected to your supply lines. It's very, very difficult to set up defenses in them. And I find Ten Pines to be one of the more restrictive of the settlements that are out there. It's so small. Not a lot to do there. Don't really need the concrete. What we need is some screws and some steel, which Ten Pines does not have in abundance. I don't even know if we can build any traps. Still need screws for a lot of them. Wonder, can we build... Is it in furniture? I always forget where the cages are. There they are. Can we build a small one? Nothing there. Well, these require a little bit of power. We don't have any copper for these ones. Or mole rat meat. Again, the gorilla cages are probably the best that you can do. They increase happiness a whole lot. I guess we're just going to have to hang out until the Supermutants come. Shouldn't be too long. Let's just make sure we're fully loaded. See if we can spot the Supermutants as they're approaching. They usually spawn a fair distance off, but they are Supermuties, so you never know. It's the one part about the whole Minutemen playthrough that I dislike in general, is that you have to help the smaller places that are not necessarily of any military value to you. Ten Pines is kinda out of the way. And while it has a bunch of tato plants for the early game, it doesn't really help you out at the point we're at. And with only the one shack, you can't really raid for supplies, because they don't have anything. They're both assigned to food, however. They have way too much of it. So if we supply line this poor guy, because I doubt we're going to be using this place a lot. We just need to find the mechanist's lair. There we go. Now, we should have access, in theory, to a bunch more resources for our defenses. And we do. Probably should have sent his wife. I don't know if he's the... Alright, where are you hiding at? We need a frag grenade.
Hey there.
Can't believe it. We won. We couldn't have done it without your help. The Minutemen came through for us, and we won't forget it.
Alright, so we talked to them, and now it's time to go back to Preston Garvey. I think before we do, though, we've got both of these turrets facing the way that usually I find enemy attackers come from. We're just gonna take this guy, and we're gonna turn him around to look over the potato fields. There we go. That'll work out. Now this settlement is connected. Let's do some scrounging in this area. We haven't explored too much in the northeast. And of course, we're still looking for supplies. Now this is occasionally where you'll find one of the random encounters down this little ravine. It can be a lot of things. That wounded dog that we saw down there, it's one of the random encounters, believe it or not. And you can pick up another guard dog. But, let's face it, he's not as cool as dog meat. No one is cool as dog meat.
No way I'm...
Still can't unlock that. Hey, there's a random Minuteman walking around. And they're repairing this train car for some reason. There is a set of... Whoa. There's a tank bot there randomly. There's a set of power armor in one of these train cars too. I don't remember which one. There's that wounded dog. Oh, easy, girl.
Easy there, girl. I can fix you up. Here. This'll make you feel better.
Sparky's a good name.
You need a name. I'll call you Sparky.
So it's technically one of the random encounters you can go through. Oh hey, a Vault Tech lunchbox. If you're into the explosive part of the gameplay, then that helps you out. Bottle cap mines are fairly significant. I apologize if I sound a little tired compared to usual, guys, and that I'm not as chipper. Been working all day at the 9 to 5, and it's not been exactly the easiest stuff in the world. Well, it's Kate. And I didn't really have much more of a plan than go find supplies and help settlements out. Because let's face it, occasionally we just need to sit down and blow some stuff up because, well, gamers. It's kind of what we do. Guess this place has respawned since we did it the last time. Which means there should be an ammo canister and a explosive box. More frag grenades for me to blow myself up with?
Nice.
More frag grenades for me to blow myself up with. It's amazing that those mannequins look as clean as they do. I can see a bloat fly or two down there. Not really worth the ammunition right now. I think there's some mirelurks that are down here. Well, we don't really need the mirelurk meat if we can find some other neat items. Definitely helps that we no longer have the sniper barrel on our plasma rifle. Just gotta find the sweet spot on this toolbox, and then we can see what's inside. Guess we'll be sending some stuff over to Kate in a second here. And let's see what's on this terminal. More background stuff that, again, I suggest you guys read. Most of it's fun, if a little crazy at times.
Now you're gonna be sharing that with both of us, right?
Alright, Kate, let's give you a sniper belt that I must have kept on me for some reason. And all of our scrap right now. And I think we picked up a couple extra weapons that we don't really want to carry with us. Short combat rifle. Because it's 20 pounds to play around with. It's times like these I miss doing power armor and playthroughs. That max strength, even when your character doesn't have max strength, is awesome. But it also comes with the caveat that your power armor can blow up on you. Or you can fall in a lake and get stuck and lose your power armor. Or the massive amount of repair work that you do on a regular basis. And apparently I cannot aim to save my life today. Of course, random Rust Devils show up out of nowhere. I do not mind at all if you guys leave the cover of your trees. It's a shame that the robot armor is so heavy. It looks awesome. There we go. Auto pistol. Nothing really major or cool on them. Get an assault rifle. Another short assault rifle. 5.56 rounds, though, for our own assault rifle. That whoa, that's an Annihilator sentry bot. Probably should have read that before we went into combat with it. So Annihilators are the rocket variant. And, yeah. Lots of missiles. Lots of explodey stuff. Glad we had a place to jump back to. Okay, so at the very least we've had some, uh-oh moments. I know we're not that far in yet. Today could be really, really taxing. Gaming while tired is kind of like driving while tired. You can do it, but it's not a very good idea. But it's so much fun to game. I wouldn't recommend the other thing, though. Don't drive when you're tired. Be safe. No place is worth getting to and risking your life. Another radio tower with some blood bugs at it. A legendary vampiric blood bug. Where did they go? Alright, let's see what Mr. Bloodbug dropped. An incendiary radium rifle. Nice. I'm definitely okay with a incendiary radium rifle. Radium rifles in general are just awesome. Of course, they usually go around Brahmin, which means more stakes for us. And let's use this terminal and see if we can get it up in the air. Each one of these radio towers that you find does give you access to better radio signals and everything. I guess it's kind of fitting since we're trying to restore the Commonwealth. Okay, so Fallout 4 kind of crashed on me there for a second. I'm pretty sure we still picked up the relay rifle and just activated the tower, so it wasn't too long after this. I'll have to sync the videos up all nice and neat. It's kind of a bad way to do it. Now I've kind of lost track of how much time I've been recording for, too. And on the other one, because that's where I'll cut to, I thought that was a sentry bot down there. And it turned out it was just a boat, because I'm a little crazy sometimes. This is a nuclear disposal site. I don't know if we've actually discovered it yet or not. There's a real easy way to see in here. I don't think that we really want to go inside. There's a lot of radiation damage. I'm kind of trying to avoid that. We're just gathering up our supplies. And as I say that, we walk around a corner and there's a tank bot. And a bunch of other rogue robots. And an Assaultron. Okay, so we are overburdened. However, if we can manage to pick up some more stuff, we can give it back to our good buddy Kate and keep carrying on, because we do need a lot of resources still. We have at least 5 more settlements to build up with artillery and all the goodies. Now we're going to have to slowly walk this way over towards these apparently ambushed dead people until Kate decides to catch up with us. There she is.
Hey,
Sorry, Kate, you've become kind of a junk-carrying machine for us.
Tell us what you need and I'll get right on it.
I accidentally slept in a bed because I hit the bed instead of what I was looking at. Oops. Well, it doesn't really hurt us at all. Except for the fact that we are constantly trading all this cool stuff over to our poor companion, who at this point has got to be like, come on, I'm more than a pack mule. I shoot things for you. Stop overloading me with all your junk.
Better be worth it.
I assure you, Kate, it will be worth it in the end. And I remember this place very well, but not fondly.
Come on, baby. Show me what you've got.
At this point, I'll take pretty much anything that gets us some experience. Now, somewhere down there is something particularly nasty. Apparently, I can't hit the rods of the barns since I had to reset.
Gotta do this more often.
Now, again, on survival, stingwing meat is awesome. That's what I was looking for. Did that actually kill it? I was just trying to cripple its leg. But if it straight up killed it... Okay, so this is going to be one of the little secret places that we can go. Don't really need anything else out of there. The death claw meat's good. So if you come down right here... Or other side, I guess. My bad. and you go into the old gullet sinkhole. So now we're at the bottom. There's going to be more of a spoilerish type thing than anything else. There's a couple of rad roaches down here. I was so happy when I found this sort of stuff. It's part of why the Fallout games are so intriguing to me. So there's a bunch of stuff about a guy coming down here and dealing with addiction and other things, but
Nice.
there's also a wasteland survival guide. And he makes you swim 25% faster. But where we're going up to has a fair number of ghouls too. Let's face it, we're just going to toss it all to Kate anyway, so we can pick it up while we're being slowed. Not too big of a deal. Any random supplies right now is essentially what we need. This will lead us back out to the Commonwealth. So before we go out there, Kate, sorry sweetheart, but you're getting all the rest of our junk. Could have sworn we picked up another weapon too. And we can give you a bunch of the other stuff that we don't want to carry. There we go. So this is one of the places that we couldn't get into just walking by here before. So Dane was chained. Door was chained. So we did fight a fair number of ghouls in this area, but we couldn't get into that door because it was chained from the other side. So you just got to go down the sinkhole to get there. Keep exploring a little bit. See if we can find a little bit more gear, because we've been past this medical center a few times and the synths that are on the other side. We discovered Malden Middle School too. We don't really want to go in there just yet. Kind of sad that we had to just brutally put down a bunch of mongrels. It's not their fault that they're... I heard robots. Oh, it wasn't robots. It was synths. And a legendary synth Strider.
I was just getting warmed up.
Well, we don't really want the Institute gear. It's worth some supplies.
Heads up.
Sure, sure.
Alright, Kate, so we'll hand you over a couple of weapons this time. Radium rifle, that... Oh, you can't carry any more. That's a shame. I think you have in your aid a bottle of bourbon.
Keep her shirt
which we will take and go back to Sanctuary. But you know, guys, that's probably a good place to call it for this week. I mean, it's not the greatest thing to do. I mean, of course, this last few times we've been just gathering up resources and everything, but it's leading towards us having an epic showdown with the Brotherhood of Steel. So, we gotta do it. It's gonna be awesome in the end. So if you like the video, guys, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232 and be part of our community, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn the notifications on so you don't miss when a new video goes out. But remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.